What if everything you've ever seen, felt, or believed isn't real? What if the universe, even the stars, the people, even you, are all part of a simulation? Sounds like science fiction, right? But some of the world's most brilliant minds, Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and even theoretical physicists, believe it's not only possible, it's likely. Tonight we open the Mystery Vault and explore the terrifying idea that reality might just be code. The modern version of this mind-bending concept, the simulation hypothesis, was first proposed in a landmark 2003 paper by philosopher Nick Bostrom. His argument was astonishingly simple yet profoundly unsettling. Bostrom laid out a trilemma, suggesting that one of three propositions must be true. First, it's possible that civilizations like ours almost always go extinct before reaching a posthuman stage of technological maturity, a stage where they could create high-fidelity, conscious simulations. Second, it could be that advanced civilizations reach this stage but lose all interest in running what are called ancestor simulations, incredibly detailed recreations of their own past. Or third, we are almost certainly living inside a computer simulation right now. His logic hinges on a statistical argument. If a civilization ever reaches the point where it can simulate entire worlds, it's not going to run just one. It would likely run thousands, millions, or even billions of them. Think about our own trajectory. We started with simple games like Pong, and now we have vast, photorealistic virtual reality worlds and increasingly sophisticated artificial intelligence. Our progress is accelerating at an exponential rate. Given enough time, our own descendants might create simulations so perfect that the beings inside them would be fully conscious, unaware that their reality is an artificial construct. If this has happened even once anywhere in the history of the universe, then the number of simulated realities would vastly outnumber the single base reality. Statistically speaking, the odds would be overwhelming that we are in one of those simulations, not the original organic universe. What if our world is just the next level of that evolution? What if we are the characters in a game far more advanced than anything we can yet imagine? Have you ever experienced a moment of intense déjà vu, that uncanny feeling that you've lived this exact moment before, or witnessed something so improbable, so perfectly timed, that it felt scripted? Many people report these strange coincidences, repeating numerical patterns, or uncanny moments that defy logical explanation. Believers in the simulation theory often refer to these phenomena as glitches in the matrix, small tears in the fabric of our programmed reality. These could be the moments where the simulation's code stutters, where a rendering error occurs or a subroutine repeats itself. While these personal anecdotes are fascinating, scientists are looking for evidence in a much more fundamental place: the very laws of physics. Quantum mechanics, the study of the universe at its smallest and strangest scales, provides some of the most compelling clues. Physicists have observed that particles like electrons don't seem to have definite properties such as a precise location until they are observed or measured. It's as if the universe doesn't bother to render the details until a conscious observer needs to see them. This is strikingly similar to how video games optimize performance. A game doesn't render the entire world all at once. It only renders the parts that the player is currently looking at to save processing power. Could the probabilistic nature of quantum particles be a sign of a cosmic resource-saving measure? Some scientists even theorize that these particles seem to blink in and out of existence, almost as if they are running on discrete processing cycles, refreshing frame by frame, just like a computer screen. Even the universe itself, on a grand scale, appears to be governed by a set of rigid, unchangeable mathematical laws. Gravity, electromagnetism, the speed of light. These fundamental constants act like the foundational rules of a programmed system, setting the parameters within which everything must operate. Diving even deeper into the theoretical limits of reality, we encounter the Planck scale. This is the smallest possible unit of length, time, and mass that has any physical meaning. Below this scale, our current understanding of physics breaks down completely. Some physicists, like James Gates Jr., have found what appears to be self-correcting binary code, the same kind of code used in computer browsers and search engines, embedded in the equations of supersymmetry that describe the fundamental nature of reality. At the Planck scale, the smooth, continuous fabric of spacetime that we perceive might not be continuous at all. It might be composed of discrete, indivisible units, much like the pixels that make up a digital image on a screen. If you zoom in far enough on a photograph, you don't see a smooth picture. You see a grid of tiny squares. Could our universe be the same? Every atom, every photon of light, every tick of the clock could be the result of a calculation, a single line of code written in an unimaginably complex cosmic programming language. This idea transforms our perception of the physical world. Matter is no longer solid stuff. It is information. Energy is not a force, it is a process. This perspective is echoed by figures like NASA physicist Thomas Campbell, who has boldly stated, "Reality is information. Consciousness is the computer." In this model, our minds are not just passive observers but active participants, interpreting the data stream that constitutes our world, and in the act of observing, helping to render it into existence. Our very thoughts and awareness could be the engine that runs the program we call the universe. If we accept the possibility that we are living inside a simulation, one chilling question immediately arises. Who built it? Who is the programmer? This question echoes humanity's most ancient inquiries about creation and existence. For millennia, ancient religions and mythologies have told stories of gods, creators, or higher beings watching over humanity from a realm beyond our own, shaping our destiny. Science now offers a technological version of this same concept. Instead of gods on a mountaintop, we might have simulators in a futuristic laboratory. These beings could be our own distant descendants, running an ancestor simulation to study their history. Or they could be an entirely alien, hyper-advanced civilization running countless universes for scientific research, for entertainment, or perhaps for reasons so far beyond our comprehension that we could never guess them. The purpose of our simulated existence could be anything. We might be part of a vast experiment to understand the emergence of life and consciousness. We could be a form of art, a beautiful, complex creation brought into being for its own sake. Or more unsettlingly, we could simply be a sophisticated form of entertainment, a cosmic video game for our creators. In this framework, what we call God, or the divine or the ultimate creator, might just be the lead programmer, the ultimate coder who wrote the first line of our universe's source code and hit run. This thought is both terrifying and awe-inspiring, reducing our entire cosmos to a hard drive on a celestial computer, and our lives to the data within it. Is it possible to prove any of this? Can we ever hope to peek behind the curtain and see the code for ourselves? Surprisingly, some physicists believe we can, and they are already searching for ways to do so. The strategy is to look for the cosmic fingerprints of a simulation, telltale signs that our universe has computational limits and is not an infinite base reality. One proposed test involves studying the behavior of the highest energy cosmic rays. In a natural, continuous universe, these rays should have a smooth, uniform spectrum of energies. But in a simulated universe, which would be based on an underlying grid or lattice, there would be subtle anomalies. The grid would impose a kind of graininess on space-time, which could affect how these ultra-high energy particles travel, causing them to behave in ways that violate the predictions of standard physics. Finding such an anomaly would be a smoking gun. Other potential clues might be hiding in plain sight. The absolute speed limit of the universe, the speed of light, could be interpreted not just as a law of physics, but as the processing speed of the cosmic computer running our simulation. The inherent randomness of quantum mechanics might be a feature designed to prevent the simulated inhabitants from predicting the system, its behavior, and hacking it. Even the mysteries of dark matter and dark energy, which make up 95% of the universe but remain completely invisible to us, could be artifacts of the simulation, parts of the operating system that exist outside the rendered world we are allowed to perceive. If we could ever find these computational limits, if we could detect the edge of the grid or a rounding error in a physical constant, it would mean we found the edge of the code. But the ultimate question remains, would the system let us see it? Or would discovering the truth cause the program to crash or worse, be shut down by its creators? Perhaps we shouldn't view the simulation theory through a lens of fear, but as a gateway to discovery. If our universe is a program, it doesn't necessarily diminish the meaning of our lives. The love, joy, and suffering we experience are still real to us, the conscious beings living within the system. If this world is code, then we are the conscious, self-aware code inside of it. The part of the program that has woken up and started asking questions. And maybe, just maybe, realizing that we might be in a simulation isn't an existential crisis, but the next great step in human evolution. It could be the ultimate puzzle, the final level of the game, inviting us not to escape, but to understand the nature of our own reality and, in doing so, to become co-creators ourselves. Subscribe to Mystery Vault, where reality is just the beginning.